EA Sports coverage of the National Football League finds us north of the border in the beautiful city of Toronto, Canada. Lurching closer toward the midway point of this NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. And this opening dynamic kickoff not going to be returned. It'll come out to the 30-yard line. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he'll have a gain of 3 to the 33. And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. The medical staff will attend to him, and we will step aside. From the 33, here's 2nd down and 7. Now Levis. And that nearly an interception here on this opening drive, but he gets a reprieve. It's 3rd down.
Those are the ones you dream of as defenders. I think if he gets eyes on the ball a little bit earlier, he might come away with it. Instead, it's going to wind up as just an incomplete pass.
Looking middle, and that's complete. And he'll only get this to about the 35. Well short of the line to gain. 2 yards on the pickup there. And it'll be 4th down. Oh, it's a wobbler here. And a fair catch called for and made just inside the 35-yard line. Officially, that'll be marked down as just a 28-yard punt. And they will take over 1st and 10. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. That's going to go as a loss of 6, and it'll set him back for 2nd down.
Part of the thinking when you bring in extra tight ends, you're hoping that each of your guys gets those one-on-one blocks and creates a crease for your runner. You know what the converse is, though? You've got to win those one-on-one blocks, and when you don't, that's the result you end up with.
Off play action. Rich steps away to his left. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's 3rd down.
Well, Charles, something we talked about last week, when you start believing whether you're in the midst of a special season or not. Well, now they're at 6-0. Are you still trying to tamp down the expectations in that locker room?
Well, to me, it's less about tamping down expectations and much more about not getting ahead of yourself as a team. And look, they've got to play each game individually, right? Many teams talk about being 1-0 at the end of each and every game each week. To me, you got to understand you cannot win the Super Bowl in October.
They wind up getting 16, but even that's not quite enough. It's 4th down. They'll try and throw for it here. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. Touchdown! A big play there. His 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Sentinels' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points. Extra point splits the uprights, and it's now a 7-0 game. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And no chance to see a return on the dynamic kickoff. They'll move this out to the 30-yard line. The Los Angeles offense set to begin their next drive. And they enter play here in this one on a 2-game win streak, plus they come off the open week as well. So this is a team that has a lot of things working in their favor.
Oh, it certainly is, and let's face it, this team is playing so well. The worry now is that after a few extra days off, they'll be sluggish coming into this game. So I've heard that he spent more time in practice working what they call good versus good, starting offense versus starting defense. They want a fast start in this next game.
Throwing right, and that's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield.
Levis in trouble. Down he goes.
Okay, I'm not sure you could actually draw up a better pass rush than that one right there. Nowhere to go outside. He had to keep backing up and backing up and backing up. Eventually dropped for a huge loss.
And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's third down.
When you look at this defense,
and they've been excellent against the pass, the number 6 unit in the NFL.
This secondary has really developed into one of the strengths of this team. They diagnose, they cover, they run, they hit. What a nice team.
pass taken in by his big tight end.
Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. Throwing middle, and it's complete. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down. Counting down toward the midway point in quarter one.
Back to throw, it's Levis.
Over the middle, it's complete.
And the Rams are going to be looking at 1st and goal as they move this down to the 4-yard line.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And not a whole lot there. He does get a couple, taking it from the 5 down to the 3. So the ball position now at the 3. Here's second. And he takes it across for a Rams touchdown. A great effort there.
His 3rd rushing touchdown on the year. And the Rams are an extra point away from drawing level.
Point after, right down the middle. And we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away.
And no run back here. That's going to be a touchback. And we'll bring it out to the 30-yard line.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive.
A lot of time for this unit to game plan on the sideline after that drive that they watched the other side just score. But remember,
and that's caught inside the 35. And touchdown. A great play there.
70 yards.
And his guys have taken the lead. Now they'll line up to kick the extra point. It's up and good, and it's 14-7 now here in the first quarter. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
And no run back forthcoming, so this will come out to the 30.
The L.A. offense ready to go for their next drive.
This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles' defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
Zone coverage there. They were playing deep. That makes it obviously a little bit harder to run by guys. And that time, there's not much of a window to get the ball in there, and it winds up incomplete.
And this throw incomplete. The defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to third down.
Against a team coming off a win just as your team did the previous week, you talk about being physical all game long. Sometimes being physical is just being on the spot and helping force the incompletion.
He's got his target. That's complete. And he takes it down deep into enemy territory. They'll try and run for it on first and goal. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on first down. Back at the 5-yard line now, second and goal. Levis looking to throw. Sliding out of the pocket. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
They're bringing a lot of pressure here already in the first quarter. Already sacked him once. How to get in there and knock another one away. I think maybe that Tucker rule being gone makes defenses a lot bolder.
Yes, indeed. That time, lucky that the arm was going forward. Incomplete pass. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. A misconnection there. He's hit on just 50% of his passes thus far. That's not where you want to be.
Now you see the evolution of the game. You go back to the quarterbacks of old, 50% would be terrific because they threw the ball downfield almost every time they threw it. Now with a short passing game, you should be above 60% just to be in the average range.
Well, they're going to try this. They need 5 full yards to hit the end zone here on fourth and goal, but they're going for it. Levis out of the shotgun now. And it's complete. He's got it in the end zone. Touchdown, Rams. A 5-yard touchdown. And the Rams are within an extra point of tying up this ball game. Extra point right down the middle. And we are tied at 14. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. Certainly not what they wanted there, so the football by rule comes out to the 40. So now the possession will begin at the 35 after the errant kickoff.
Well, that's certainly one way to avoid a dangerous kick returner, I suppose, but you are giving up extra yardage, that's for sure. Because if you put it out of the end zone, they start at the 25. So at a minimum, you're giving up 10 yards to the offense.
Good starting field position for them as they come up first and 10 at the 41-yard line. Now a handoff up the middle. Buckley, and he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. Second and 6. Well, this defense for the Rams very strong in that victory a week ago.
Yeah, and what stood out to me on tape, the way they were flying to the football. So that tells me that they've got all their assignments down, and they're playing with extreme confidence.
Throw left side complete. That's Porter. And he's got this to the 30 before being taken down. So on the other side of the field now, it's first and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. Pretty entertaining start. 14 all the score on EA Sports. So first and 10 now from the 30. Back to throw. Rich. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down. Looking to throw. Rich. This is caught. And out of bounds all the way down at the 3. That'll be marked as a 27-yard pickup. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And they see right through that defensively as he'll be hit and taken down to the backfield. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on 1st down. Now from the 7, here's 2nd and goal. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Being chased out left. And he will take this one in for a touchdown. Taking it in from 7 yards away.
And the Sentinels have moved out in front.
Extra point splits the uprights. And the lead is now 21-14. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
And not willing to risk a return. This ball's going to come out to the 30-yard line.
The Los Angeles offense set to begin their next drive. We have seen a lot of points here in this quarter. For us up here in the booth, it's been fun to watch. The defensive coordinators probably scratching their heads.
Yeah, they're going a little bit crazy right now. But let's face it, all of our friends who put
that to the sideline, and it's intercepted.
He got outside the pocket there trying to improvise, and he was calling for the ball downfield, but still the interception.
I think what happened, he did call for the ball thinking that he was open, but I think the quarterback spotted him too late. And that margin that he had on the defenders, that got eaten up, and they came up with the interception.
And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield. 15 yards is the pickup there, and the drive starting very nicely. 1st down. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And the Rams got him. They bring him down. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on 2nd down. Back to throw. Rich. Looking left sideline. It's complete. Still shedding tackles. And he makes it all the way down to the 13-yard line. It's a big play there. 46 yards. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Up the middle they go. Buckley. And he'll be dropped at about the 11 after only a yard.
The passing game's been working quite well so far, but the running game's been a little bit of a struggle, and that's a surprise to me. Typically, when you can throw it, you've opened up lanes for your runners.
Operating from the gun. Rich.
Throwing left sideline there, but it's incomplete.
And here you're down in the red zone. You need to be smart, not force anything. So that's a wise decision to just get rid of the football.
After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. And the slot man goes in motion left. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
Well, no one wants to see that drop, but I'll guarantee it's not going to stop his quarterback from going back to him anytime he has open space.
And his kick is good. And the lead works its way up to 10, 24-14.
So, Charles, they get to them with their first turnover of the game and then make it hurt a little bit extra with a field goal.
And anytime you give the ball up, what's the first thing a coach tells his defense? Don't let them score off of this. You've got to put out the fire. In fact, in 2021, that's what one NFL coach termed his defense. The firemen. Go out there, guys, and don't let them put some points on the board.
The Los Angeles offense set to begin their next drive.
And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive, because remember last time out they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack. and take some of that momentum back. But make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
The Rams on third down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 7. Here's Levis. He's got his running back out of the backfield. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. He's going to let this one go deep. Touchdown, Rams. A great effort there. 38 yards. And the Rams have cut it back within a score. These two teams in this first half, it's been fun. Back and forth, back and forth. Well, it's not fun for the defensive coordinators, but offensive coordinators are enjoying it.
Yeah, they're having streaks here, aren't they? Being able to put scores together and really bunch them up, and we have a tight game here. You know, we often talk about having the right shoes for the right turf. Today it's track shoes. That's what we've seen with these offenses.
Yeah, it's been an absolute track meet so far. Fun to watch. The Rams kickoff team on the field, and here we go with the ball in the air. And we will not have a return. They'll bring this to the 30. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league...
and now this is intercepted. My goodness. And a terrific return as he takes this thing all the way down near the 20-yard line. Well, he's certainly not been afraid to take some chances downfield. Now, look, it's paid off for him a couple of times. That time, not so fortunate.
And that's where I want to start, what you said. It's paid off a couple of times. So his aggressiveness has been good for his offense for the most part. So he throws an interception there. No one likes that. But I would not rein him back in. The return on investment thus far has been pretty good. 2 touchdowns to 1 interception.
Levis to throw off play action. They'll roll him out right. And he's going to take this one in for a Rams touchdown. A great play there with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. As his guys have now moved out in front. Point after, right down the middle. And that will make this a 4-point game. The Rams kickoff team on the field, and here we go with the ball in the air. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best in the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you, and interceptions result. So, frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you call, but how you carry yourself, how you show your team that you're still with it, and how you continue to lead.
And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains. They'll look to throw now on first down. Quick hitter here. It's complete. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or two shy of the 40. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last 2 plays. Creeping up on a minute to play in this first half. On first down, he'll drop to throw. And he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away.
Well, they've been back on their heels a little bit here in this drive, but a chance to exhale just a little bit there with incompletion on first down. Now they have to gear up, try and get 2 more stops, and escape this drive.
They'll send a receiver in motion left. They'll look to throw again. He finds his man, complete. It's Porter. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. Again, he'll drop to throw. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
So it looks like they still have some fight in them on this series because it seemed like things were headed for the red zone. But if this defense gets 2 more stops, they can keep them out of that area.
Back to throw again. Wide open receiver, complete. And he will take this one in for a touchdown. A great effort there with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half.
And the Signals will take the lead here in the final minute of the first half.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
And no chance to see a return on the dynamic kickoff. They'll move this out to the 30-yard line.
The Los Angeles offense set to begin their next drive.
And with them trailing, there is still enough time to try to string a few plays together, maybe get into field goal range. Levis sets up to throw here.
He's going to go for a big play downfield. This is caught inside the 15. The Rams going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 27 seconds remaining here in the second quarter. A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. Touchdown! A great play there. On his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns.
And the Rams are able to move back in front.
Out comes the kicking team here for the extra point. And that will make this a 4-point game.
Makes the score Rams 35, Sentinels 31.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot. So this has been a lot like a tennis match, hasn't it? Back and forth. Both of these offenses having their way so far. So maybe the question isn't who's going to score the most points in this game. Maybe it's who's going to get some stops.
Yeah, absolutely. And that sack, finally a first step in the right direction for a stop. And that'll be incomplete with 11 seconds remaining now.
And this drive is almost over before it began thanks to a great defensive effort. Sack on first down, followed by an incompletion. One more good rep, and they get off the field.
And they'll indeed stop him on third down. And now what do you want to do with your timeouts? And they're going to take a timeout defensively. So with fourth down coming up, they go ahead and burn it and say we'll see what happens.
And here's a very low-line drive, almost whiffed on it. Pushes past him. So 2 quarters down, 2 remain. Charles and I return after the break.
Sentinels 31.
And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here. It's been a shootout so far. We'll see which defense can make the adjustments as we get back underway in the second half. And we will not see a return of the dynamic kickoff. And the first drive of the second half will commence from the 30-yard line. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. Well, Charles, in that first half, we saw a fair amount of offense on both sides of the football, and now the team trailing here will start with it in the third quarter.
And we both know this coach pretty darn well, don't we? Because his game...
And all the way in for the touchdown. A big play there. 70 yards. And the Sentinels have retaken a third quarter lead. Extra point right down the middle. And that gives them a 3-point lead. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And no run back here. That's going to be a touchback. And we'll bring it out to the 30-yard line. The Los Angeles offense set to begin their next drive. And, Charles, it feels like we're set up for a good second half here. Came out of the locker room, one-score game. Now the lead has already changed hands. Well, this offense, they've got an opportunity right now to take that lead right back.
Yeah, and it feels like you're going back and forth, almost a little bit like a tennis match, right? And we're just, our heads just keep moving. Which side has it? Which side's going to score? How are they going to go out doing it? A little bit of a challenge for each side trying to match each other.
At this point in the second half, one mistake on a forced throw could doom your chances of a comeback. So that's the right call there to just throw that one away.
Levis to throw it. That's into the hands of Edwards. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. Levis, quick completion out wide. And it appears we've got a member of the Rams shaken up on that last play. Well, hopefully, obviously nothing serious here. Medical staff, though, going to take a peek, and we'll take a break. 2nd and 6. Off the play fake, Levis. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And they'll go backwards here, losing yardage to the 14. Now they're going to be dealing with a 3rd and 7. Is that one officially a loss of 1? Levis. Eluding the pressure right. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away.
Smart move to throw that one away. You're in field goal range, so you definitely don't want to be loose with the ball. And that's great work by this defense to force a fourth down.
So it looks like the offense isn't going anywhere. They're going to go for it on 4th and 7. Levis back to throw. Looking middle, and that's complete. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. And the drive stays in motion with a nice 8-yard pickup on 4th. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And able to use his stiff arm for a little bit of leverage before he's taken down. A pretty good gain. 2nd and goal from the 1. Levis is sneaking. And he is over the line for another rushing touchdown.
Is he a quarterback or is he a tailback?
The sneak successful from a yard out. And the Rams have taken the lead here in this third quarter. So a very strong first drive in this second half, Charles, as they've turned that halftime deficit into a third quarter lead.
And they were pretty purposeful there, weren't they? Measured in their approach. But, boy, they executed awfully well moving the ball down the field.
Extra point splits the uprights, and that will make this a 4-point game. The Rams kickoff team on the field, and here we go with the ball in the air. And no run back forthcoming, so this will come out to the 30. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive.
Well, partner, you know, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
He'll try again with the arm here on second down. And now this one may draw a penalty. He just blindly threw that one to the sideline. And, yep, indeed, the flag is out. So now it's 3rd and long, because remember, they also lose a down on the grounding call. Operating from the gun, Rich. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted.
How about this?
Oh, that's sweet.
What an effort.
I don't want to take too much away from his performance throwing the football. He's got the 4 touchdown passes, but this now a second interception of the ball game.
And, partner, part of what's gotten him the 4 touchdowns is a certain fearlessness. But that fearlessness borders with recklessness, and the latter just occurred.
Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And they'll get this from the 8 to the 5. Pickup of 3.
That's good power football on 1st and goal. A lot of teams will throw from there, but that's a nice job to chew up a few more yards and get yourself closer to the goal line.
He'll buy some time right. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Well, the best don't mind making tough throws, but that was a real difficult one right there. Out of the pocket, trying to beat double coverage. More times than not, that's going to end up as an incomplete pass, if not worse.
3rd and goal, here's Levis.
And he is going to go down. Back at the 11-yard line. The offense stays out there. A big challenge here from this far back, but they're going for it on 4th and goal. Now whistles and a flag down. I think one of the Rams linemen might have moved. So now the Rams send out the field goal team here. From the right hash, this from 33. And his kick is good.
So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have the kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
And this return going to come to a quick end as he is belted at the end of that one.
They'll start on the ground here on 1st down. And he's out of bounds, able to take this one up to the 35. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
Second and 1. And he's got his man in stride, complete. Now he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. It's a gain of 34. So from Rams territory now, it's 1st and 10, down at the 31. Looking to throw. Rich. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. Good work after the catch, gets him 15 and a first down. Back to throw. Rich. Now the pressure gets there, and he goes down just inside the 20 at the 19. So following the sack, they'll try to change their fortune here on 2nd and 13. Looking to throw. Rich. And it's caught. Touchdown. From 19 yards away. And the Sentinels are an extra point away from tying this ball game here, the final moments of the 3rd quarter. And now, of course, all scoring plays are reviewed, and I think they're going to take an extra long look at this one. So they called it a touchdown originally, and this will stay a touchdown after the video review, so they had it right. Point after, right down the middle. And that will tie our game here in the 3rd. So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. And not willing to risk a return. This ball's going to come out to the 30-yard line. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. We got a brand new ball game, all even after that last touchdown, so every drive now becoming a little more critical here in the second half. And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line. 25 yards that time.
First down, Los Angeles.
And they're not going to get to the line to run another play, so we will switch ends as the 3rd quarter has come to a close. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Back to throw now on 1st down. Levis in trouble. Down he goes. And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. He finds his man, complete. That's Edwards. That's good. The completion there for 7 yards. And they'll be facing a 3rd and 12. Levis now off of play action. And brought down, but able to get it to their 30-yard line. They call his number again. It's his 6th catch and a 1st down. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as...
And this is going to be intercepted. And he's able to get it back to the 33-yard line. That's now his 2nd interception in as many weeks from his linebacker position.
And think about all the different techniques he has to employ in a passing situation. Is he spot dropping because it's zone? Is he picking up man-to-man? Is he having to run with a running back or a tight end? In any event, great eyes, head on a swivel, and excellent hands.
Yeah, versatility and showing those hands. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11.
At the 32-yard line.
Back to throw. Rich. Wide open receiver, complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield.
46-yard line.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. Flushed out right. And he just gets rid of it. Throws it away. A wise move there. Looked like nobody open. Now second down.
And in the second half of a tie game, every decision gets magnified. And here, if he forces this ball, it could be intercepted. So that's the prudent play to just airmail it out of bounds.
And second and 10, he'll look to throw again. And he comes back with one complete. Big third down. A field goal from this spot, 57 yards as they hope to move it a little closer. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. He sets to fire deep. And it's caught. Touchdown. A great effort there. With his second TD of the game, his sixth on the year.
And the Sentinels have broken our tie and have taken a fourth quarter lead.
Extra point right down the middle. And they will take a 7-point lead. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
And we will not have a return. They'll bring this to the 30.
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line.
They now trail by 7 after that last touchdown here in the fourth quarter. What a big spot for this offense. See if they can cobble something together on this drive. Oh, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete.
Well, any caused incompletion is good for a defense. But when you add to it, you get a little hit on the quarterback, knock him to the ground, make him think a little bit, hopefully knock him off his game, especially in a game of this magnitude, this tight in the fourth quarter. Got to feel pretty good as a defense.
And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. One of the bigger plays in the game thus far. The crowd getting into it as we come up on a big third down.
Now Levis. The throw here right sideline falls incomplete.
I think we were both wondering if we were going to see them try and push it deep downfield, facing a one-possession deficit late, and they certainly didn't disappoint. They gave it an effort.
One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on fourth down.
Desperation time now. Here's Levis.
That is caught. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled.
And Levis going back to the air. Oh, this one incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it. And it's second down. Back to throw, it's Levis.
Going for the deep ball. And this is caught inside the 5. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Rams. A great play there. 54 yards.
And the Rams are an extra point away from tying this game here in the final minutes.
Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And we are tied here in the fourth quarter.
Now this one setting up for a great finish. All tied in the fourth as the kick's away. And no chance to see a return on the dynamic kickoff. They'll move this out to the 30-yard line.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive.
Well, they just gave up the score to tie it. That's the bad news. The good news, plenty of time in this fourth quarter to try to grab that lead back. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. They'll come up now. This is 2nd and long.
At the 29-yard line.
Off the play fake. Rich. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
When defenses get to the quarterback that quickly, a lot of times it's called a jailbreak. It wasn't quite that fast, but fast enough that he had no time to look downfield and set himself to throw the ball. And as he tried to do that, he was hit, and it forced an incompletion.
From the gun on 3rd down. Rich. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Getting down to the good stuff. All tied with 2 minutes remaining on EA Sports.
Plenty of time. All 3 timeouts still remain. Here's 1st and 10 now.
Now a handoff up the middle. Buckley. And he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like, yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50.
2nd and 6 coming up.
It's now 2nd and 6.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete.
And he's going to get out of bounds with the first. And they are knocking on the door of field goal range now. They'll come up now on 2nd down.
Looking to throw. Rich. Quick hitter here. It's complete. I don't know that those medium 5-ish yard gains are going to do it right now. Probably should have dropped it, right?
Yeah, that way you save more time on the clock. But I know receivers, they think they can catch it and break a tackle and turn it into a big gain.
Out of the gun now on 3rd down.
He's going to get that to his running back out of the backfield. And he's going to be shoved out of bounds inside the 15-yard line.
Now that is the 2-minute drill at its very best. Get the completion, get a big chunk of yardage, and then get out of bounds to save those timeouts. You cannot do it any better than that.
They'll run on 1st down. Buckley. And that didn't fool anybody. He's going to be dropped in the backfield.
Here's 2nd down.
They'll keep it on the ground. Buckley. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. Now the Rams will signal for a timeout, their 2nd, as they get it with 26 seconds to go in the football game.
Well, this defense needing a stop here. Got to have it. 3rd and 9.
And he'll be brought down well short of the first at about the 9-yard line. The Rams going to be forced to use their 3rd and final timeout. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. And this one is right through. And the sideline celebrates as they have taken the lead in the final minute. He hasn't missed a kick all year. Why would he start now?
That's a great question, isn't it? Well, maybe because that was the most nerve-wracking kick he had to attempt all year. But he knocked it through just like it was an easy chip shot.
At their own 30-yard line.
Here's first down. Levis to throw.
And that will be incomplete with the clock down now to 13 seconds.
So many times when we talk about coverage, we're just talking about a defender running with a receiver, but a big part of it is understanding where the football is, finding it. In this case, when it arrived, it wasn't a surprise, and he was able to bat it away.
Levis.
He's going to let it fly. And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be third down.
That's taking a big risk at this late stage. They're not thinking field goal, though. They wanted to leave no doubt on that one. So they took the shot at the end zone, but it winds up incomplete.
This definitely four-down territory at this point, but a critical third down here. One final try here for Will Levis.
Now a desperation throw deep downfield. This ball intercepted. And that is going to seal this victory as time runs out.
Charles, normally when you see a group score this many points, it's a complete blowout. But instead, they needed every single one of those in this close, high-scoring affair.
And, Brandon, I'm still on the edge of my seat after that one because when you have that much scoring and it still comes down to a one-possession game at the end, that's not something we see very often. And in this case, these offenses, they brought it. The defenses, they're going to need some work going forward.
So for Toronto, their winning ways continue as they get it up to 7-0. And they'll get to stay home again next week. Meanwhile, for L.A., the loss drops them back to 4-3 so far. And they will try to get back in the swing of things next week on the road. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Certainly have to thank Charles Davis, my broadcast partner, and our entire crew. We'll catch you next time right here. It's the NFL on EA Sports.